Phase 2 BIODEV project in Uganda.
The BIODEV 2030 Phase 2 project aims at promoting biodiversity conservation and sustainable development in Uganda, focusing on integrated landscape management and sustainable agricultural practices. This will be through collaboration at local, government and international spheres to develop strategies that balance environmental conservation with economic development.
Phase 2 now is really focused on implementation on the ground, and part of what we are supposed to achieve is actually designing a very large-scale program in the landscape where we are going to work, but also influencing policy and practice through working together with the legislation, but the legislative arm of government, parliament, but also working together with different ministries, agencies and departments to be able to, those ones that are mandated on natural resource management, to be able to reduce biodiversity loss in the country.
When we are doing all this, there's a new saying now, I think most of you have heard, it is called the whole of government, the whole of what? Society. You don't leave anybody behind in what you're doing. So that's why I was particularly impressed with these other groups that most of the time they may say they are not involving us. And every time they tell you didn't involve us, definitely it is a gap.
The Commissioner Crop Inspection and Certification at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Dr. Paul Mwambu, emphasized the critical state of biodiversity in Uganda, citing human activities like deforestation and unsustainable agricultural practices as key drivers to biodiversity loss.
So as farmers increase land under production, they conflict with the biodiversity. As the communities look for energy, fuel wood or charcoal, and cut down trees to get energy, they also conflict with the environment. So the main thrust of this project is how do we undertake agriculture? How do we do activities to generate energy and reconcile it with biodiversity?
If you can connect with the nature better, then this planet can live in a harmonious way with human beings. The problem with us who are more civilized than what as we may claim is that we are very destructive towards nature.
With support from the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the BIODEV 2030 Phase 2 project also seeks to explore innovative solutions to mitigate environmental impacts, especially in the energy sector.
In terms of diversifying the energy energy pathways that Uganda is going to take. And what is very critical is that the transition plan is looking at how do we move away from biomass as a source of energy. And so we are looking at renewables mostly. Hydroelectric power, which is expanding. As you all know now, we are almost at above 30% reach in the country, but also other options like solar.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.